Hello tribe, good evening or late afternoon wherever you are. Sarah here with Autoimmune Tribe, and I just wanted to hop in and chat with you guys for a little while about I don't know what I really want. Raise your hand if you're here, if you're listening, if you're live with me. Let me know if you're listening to the recording later and if this resonates with you guys. Do you ever feel like I just don't know what I want? How am I supposed to set goals or create a vision when I don't know what I want? So this little chit chat is inspired by an email I received from a woman that I will keep her privacy and name anonymous, but she is in my 21 Days of Healing program, and she had some questions, some really valid questions. So I just want to read a little bit of her email. She said, "The practice last night of setting our specific visions and goals instantly triggered me. Alas, my big roadblock, because the place where I'm stuck is in the getting clear. I don't know what I want." Again, who resonates with this? I don't know what I want to do for my business. I don't know how I want it to look, and I don't know that and many other things in my life she's feeling confused about, okay? So she says, "I totally get that by putting a clear and specific vision or goal into the universe is what helps the universe hear you and the driver for that. But what if you're not even at this step? What if you need a little help getting clear with what you want? I've been calling in clarity for my next steps for a little while now, but I'm really seeing how I need this before I can set my goals." So if that is you guys, if you are resonating with that, let me know. If you're just like, I don't freaking know what I want, okay? So we're going to be talking about this today. I'm going to give you guys some steps, but also I am here to tell you that the problem is not actually that you don't know what you want. Yeah, I know. The problem is thinking that you have to know or you should know exactly what you want, okay? So you're putting a little bit of unnecessary pressure onto yourself, which creates stress, which then creates blocks to creativity, and it becomes challenging to get clear. So the problem is not actually that you don't know what you want, it's that you're putting all this pressure on yourself that you have to know or you should know. Creates this big black blob of stress. You're living in a stress ball, right? And then that leads to paralysis of, I don't know what I want, so I'm going to do nothing. And so today we are going to start by me telling you that you don't have to know what you want, and there are no expectations that you have to know this, but we're going to dive into it a little bit. So there are no expectations that you have to know anything, okay? Does that feel like a little bit of weight off your shoulders? I want to start with taking some of that weight off your shoulders. I want to lift the weight off of your shoulders and let you know that you do not have to know what you want, okay? No one thinks you should know, okay? Start with that mindset. Lift a little bit of the stress and the weight off your shoulders of I should or I'm supposed to X, Y, and Z, all right? With that being said, we are going to play. We're going to make this fun. We're just going to play with ideas. I'm not going to have you write a vision statement. I'm not going to have you write 3 specific goals down. What I'm going to have you do is play, because oftentimes that block is that you get stuck and paralyzed in that you should or have to or are supposed to do something that maybe you don't want to do. So we're just going to play. I'm not going to tell you what your goals should be either, because that's totally up to you, all right? My goals are going to be different than your goals. I'll share some examples, but I'm not going to tell you guys what your goals should be unless you want feedback. And in that case, I can help you, but I'm not going to tell you what you should set as goals. So we're going to help provoke some thoughts and some fun, but it is not anything that you have to do. Let's start by getting still and breathing for a couple minutes. So find a comfortable seat and let's just shake a little bit of this off. Like literally shake, okay? You can, if you're standing up, you can shake your whole body. If You guys are just going to shake a little bit of this stress that you have to know everything. Shake it off, right? Shake, shake, shake. And then once you feel like you've released a little bit of that, we're going to invite some of this fun in and just bring your hands, palms face down on your thighs, okay? So we're going to get a little grounded in our hands, grounded in your seat, and close your eyes. Couple deep breaths. What if you didn't have to know? What if you didn't have to know what you wanted? What if this could all just be a big daydream? A big brainstorming session? A time for you to let down all the barriers and blocks and just imagine. Allow yourself to feel inspired. There are no shoulds or supposed tos or have tos today. I want you to consider where some of this paralysis of what I want and what I crave and what I desire, what is some of the root of that? And I want us all to consider and reflect how many years, how many months, how many hours you have spent thinking of, worrying about, supporting, providing for others in your life. Whether that was your partner, your children, your family, your colleagues, your clients, your neighbors, your students. How much energy have you put into supporting, caring for, treating other people in your life? And let's just consider how much of that energy has been expended and why some of that might also mean that we haven't had a lot of time to turn inward and to focus and define our own desires and our own wants and our own needs. And today, we're just going to focus on ourselves. And we're just going to let this be fun. And we're just going to let ourselves write down our biggest dreams, the things that inspire us, the things we want more of in our life. And we are going to do that unapologetically, without fear, without expectation, with any have-tos, shoulds, or supposed tos. And instead, we're going to step into our feminine nature and just allow ourselves to dream. And take another deep breath in. Exhale. This time, breathe in and notice any sort of constriction or restriction in your breath or your body. And as you exhale, I want you to just let some of that constriction go. Breathe in, notice any sort of walls or shields you've put up around you to protect yourself. And just exhale, start to soften those walls so that some of this inspiration can enter. We can receive these ideas. We can receive clarity into our lives. One more breath. Breathe in. Notice any stress or negative feelings around this. And just exhale as you breathe into it. And you take that small step forward despite any fear of what might come up during today. When you're ready, open up your eyes. Just blink your eyes open. So let me know how you guys feel after just taking a moment to get still to tune in, tap in, turn on some of this inspiration. And again, we're just gonna play. There's no expectations. I want you guys to grab paper and pencil. Grab it out, get your pen, and I'm just gonna prompt you guys with some ideas, but I want you to be in the mindset of dreaming, of inspiration, of the things that light you up inside and make you feel happy and joyful, okay? Just let it be fun. So the first question is, what are your core desired feelings or emotions? This is a question that Danielle Laporte asks over and over and over again. And she asks, what are your core desired feelings or emotions? What are the things that you want to feel in your life? The other thing I want you guys to know is I'm gonna have 7, 8 questions here for you guys. And if any one of these questions you just are stumped and blocked by, let's just move on to the next one. Again, we're not overthinking this. You're letting it flow. Feminine nature, divine feminine that's inside of you. If you're like, I don't freaking know my core desired feelings and emotions, it's okay. Let's just move on, right? But if you're ready to turn on those emotions, write them down. What are your core desired feelings? I want to feel abundant. I want to feel joyful. I want to feel creative. I want to feel energized. I want to feel healthy. I want to feel vibrant. I want to feel beautiful. I want to feel adventurous. How do you want to feel? Okay, write down as many as come to your mind on your page now. Then I want you guys to write down anything that has brought you those feelings in the past or currently, okay? So just reflect for a second. If you wrote down abundance, what are some things that make you feel abundant? If you wrote down joyful, what are some of the things that make you feel joyful? If you wrote down creativity, what are some things that inspire your creative nature and light up your sacral and solar plexus chakra, okay? So what are some things that have brought you those emotions in the past? If you're trying to call that on them again, we want to know what brought that up before. Question number 3, when was a time or multiple times when you have had just a freaking blast? When have you had fun? When have you been able to tap into your inner child and just like be joyful, okay? So when was a time when you had fun in your life? When was a time when you allowed yourself to let go of some of the rigidity or walls or barriers or masculine energy, and you just stepped into your inner child and allowed yourself to play? Write down some of those times that were just fun for you. It could have been like going to the park as a kid. It could be a vacation you just went on 2 weeks ago. But when was a time when you had fun in your life, all right? Number 4, if you had no financial barriers, what would you do today, tomorrow, next week? What the hell would you do if you had, I'm going to write you guys all a check for $1 million or $1 billion, however much you need, and you had no financial barriers? What would you do? How would your life change? What would you go out and create? Who would you hang out with? Where would you travel to? What would you eat? How would you feel when you woke up in the morning? Okay? There's no financial barriers. We're taking that out of the equation and asking you to step into possibility. Question number 5. If you could not fail, what would you do? Okay, so maybe you have all the money in the world and you say you want to do all these things, but you still have this fear of failure. So now we're taking that fear away and we are saying, if you could not fail, what would you do? Would you start your own business? Because I had to step way into the fear and then love the fear in order to start this business, you guys. It's freaking scary, but I did it anyways because it's one of my goals, it's one of my visions. If you could not fail, what would you do? Would you travel? Would you start a new hobby? Would you go on an adventure? What would you do if you could not fail? Question number 6. What or who inspires you and why? What or who inspires you? Maybe a sunset or a sunrise is deeply inspiring for you. Maybe one of your parents is deeply inspiring for you, or you have a mentor, or there's some Instagram handle that you are just obsessed with. Hopefully it's Autoimmune Tribe. And you are just inspired by that thing or person in your life. And then why is it inspiring? How does it make you feel? Why does it bring up this feeling of inspiration? Get specific, get detailed. When you look at the sunset and you feel inspired, what does it inspire you to actually do? What does it inspire you to create? What are the feelings that it brings into your body and your soul and your mind? Okay? Next question, question number 7. If you didn't have to take care of anyone in your life, anyone, you were only responsible for yourself, what would you do and where would you go? You have no one else you are responsible for. You have no one else to take care of except for yourself. What would you do? Where would you go? I'm excited to see some answers on that one. Last question, question number 8. If you had perfect health, you were the spitting image of health and energy and vibrance, how would that change your life? What would you do differently? How would your life change if you had perfect health? You woke up every morning feeling energized and you were fueled for the day and you felt strong and all of the things you want to feel when you're healthy. You had endurance, you had stamina, you had glowing skin, your digestion was like as perfect as possible, all right? You had no symptoms, your health is perfect. How would that change your life? What would you do differently? How would you feel? Start to imagine that, all right? So, those are my 8 questions for you. And as real as it seems, confusion is an illusion. I'm going to say that again. Confusion is an illusion. You almost always actually know what you want. Okay? We started by me telling you, it's okay if you don't know what you want. This is just going to be fun. I just want you to think and play and daydream and get inspired. Now I'm telling you that confusion, it's not so true. Because your heart, your intuition, it knows. It knows what you want. It has clarity. The problem is you might not be listening to it, okay? Or maybe you're too consumed by taking care of other people. Or maybe you just have a lot of wheels turning inside your head. There's a lot going on, and you haven't slowed down to listen, to find that clarity in your heart, okay? Confusion is an illusion. All of your answers, if you really let yourself just have fun and write, are right above on your paper. So, the answers and the clarity is there. Now, you're going to tap in to your heart and your intuition that knows already inside of your body already knows, and you're going to go back, look at some of the answers you had for those 8 questions, and I want you to just open up your pen or pencil and circle any of the ones that really feel good, that your eye catches, or that you keep coming back to, the ones that stand out to you, that your heart is saying, yeah, I want that in my life. I crave that. I desire more of that. Or I really want to go there. And I want you to circle all the things that jump out to you without so much thinking and wheels turning and just feeling into it. Circle the things that excite you most. You got it? So now, all those things you circled, you can fine-tune a little bit more if you want, but you're going to put those into more solidified goals or vision. And just start to think about it. Start to take little baby steps forward. Start to take small actions towards those things. Notice if it still feels good, because you're always allowed to change your mind too. You can always change your mind. Change is constantly happening around us and with inside of us, okay? So pick the things that feel good, what your heart already knows, what your heart has already decided on. Pick those things, start to take small actions towards them. And that is how you're going to find clarity. That is how you're going to figure out what the hell you want when you don't know what you want. All right? So, I love you guys. I hope this has been helpful. I'll post this on my YouTube channel too. If you don't already follow me there, go follow me there. And I'd love for you guys to share this video as well for anyone you feel like might be lacking that clarity and what they want in their lives. Okay, see you guys soon. Bye.